Right. Hey everyone, it's me, Ellen Icklenellierose, and a big company stole my face. Now, you know I'm taking this video seriously when I got my laptop out, because I got notes, okay? And I'm going to go through them carefully and try and make sure not to miss anything out here, because I'm a bit annoyed. Now this story starts back in January, when I suddenly got loads of messages from people being like, is this your face? Because it looks like this quiz is using your face. Did they ask to use your face? No, they didn't. See, they kept seeing my picture being used to advertise a quiz called Pick the Games You've Played to Find Out If You're a Real Gamer. Now, I got a lot of messages regarding this, because not only had they made this quiz, but they were pushing it on their Facebook groups, and not only that, but they were pushing those posts as sponsored posts. So lots of people who don't like their Facebook page were seeing my face next to one of their quizzes, which I had nothing to do with. So to let people know that I had nothing to do with this quiz, because I don't like it, and I'll go into why later, but I was having to put on Facebook that I didn't have anything to do with this quiz, I'm not endorsing it, please don't associate me with it. I even had to go into the gatekeeping subreddit to be like, that's me, but I didn't say they can use my picture, because there were people in there being like, hey, isn't that Ellen Icklenellierose? Oh, it's a shame to see her associated with such awful gatekeeping stuff. And I was like, I didn't do it. I wasn't. No, they just took my picture from Google search, which is one theory that I have on it. Anyway, I can't say that for certain, but that is a big theory of mine, which I will delve into later. Not only did I let people know who followed me and my work that, hey, I didn't do this, but also I messaged the people through their website using their inbox service, contact us page thing. I also replied on the social post, tried to tweet their Twitter, but it wasn't a very active account, so obviously they didn't get that. I just, was just using all the options that you can on social media, but so far I've heard nothing back from them at all. No one has reached out to me or anything. After I've posted this video, I will be trying to contact their legal team properly in some form or another, because they stole my face. And the reason why I'm talking about it now and not back then was because I was feeling a bit sad back then, if you didn't watch my last video. And right now, I'm feeling less sad, and I'm getting another influx of people saying, hey, they're using your face, because they seem to be pushing it again through sponsored Facebook posts. It's kind of like come back round again. So I thought I would address it, just so that people who come across my channel will know for definite that I've got nothing to do with this. It's just to let you know, and also to give my opinion on the situation. But yeah, let's delve into this. This might be a big-ish video, so hold tight, grab a nice cup of tea. I'm gonna have fun with this, alright? Oh, minty fresh. So who are The Gamer and The Quiz? Well, The Gamer seems to be like an aggregate site for gaming content, and The Quiz is just quiz upon quiz upon quiz about which person are you from this series and such, yeah? And looking into their Facebook groups, The Quiz seems to be just links to their quizzes, and The Gamer seems to be kind of awkward memes that they've probably taken from somewhere else on the internet, as well as, oh, remember this video game? It's this old today. Like, I went on one yesterday and it was literally Mario 64 is 22 years old today, text with some gameplay playing underneath, and that was it. Like, I'm just so bored of those posts on Facebook right now. I have very little time for them. But hey, now they're both owned by a company called Valnet, who seem to look after a number of sites, most of which have the word the. Like, that seems to be the branding, is the, apart from a couple that managed to escape that, where in a meeting they were like, we're not putting the on the beginning of our name, because no. Putting it all together, it's kind of like BuzzFeed, basically, where you've got a number of different sites who specialise in one thing, but they're all owned by BuzzFeed overall. In this case, it's Valnet. Now, when I was first kind of looking into the whole situation, I found on the Valnet website that they like to boast about how many pages people stay on once they visit the site, but they fail to mention that they are one of those sites where if there's a list or a quiz, those are spread over multiple pages that you have to click through for every single one, and I hate websites that do that so much, because you're just arbitrarily making it like you get more hits, and it's just, no, I hate it so much. So not user-friendly. Speaking of not user-friendly, Valnet have actually since updated their website, and it's like this, I used to work in digital marketing and was involved in lots of website creation projects, and just like, even in my brief time working in that industry, looking at this website makes me want to cry. But hey, now I'm not just mad because they didn't ask permission to use my image, I'm also mad because of the type of thing that they used my image for, which is one of these awful gatekeeping "are you a real gamer" quizzes. And I hate the idea that we have to like be like, oh, are you a real gamer? Have you played enough games? There are so many factors as to why someone might not have played all the games that you have. Money. Games are expensive, man. Before I worked in the games industry, I had to rely on like keeping an eye out on prices and seeing when games got cheap enough for me to buy. Very rarely did I buy a game on release date. The only 2 games I've ever bought on release date are Grand Theft Auto 5 and the new reboot of Tomb Raider, and that's because I was like super excited. But everything else, I've had to wait like 6 months down the line to buy them when I can afford them. And like, some of the games on this list are like brand new games on the Switch. Not everyone has a Switch. I love the Switch, but they're brand new and it's still on people's wish lists. What are you doing? Then there's just like things like people aren't into the same games as you. Not everyone likes shooters. Not everyone likes RPGs. The whole point of gaming getting bigger, and why I love the fact that it's becoming more accessible, is because more people can be catered to. If your niche in gaming is bigger now and you can cater to a niche because there's enough people there to buy the game, that's good for the industry, because then we have a lot of diversity rather than people trying to just make that one game that will sell to everyone. It's just really horrible to take something that they like, a hobby that they enjoy, and then say, no, you don't enjoy that hobby because you didn't play this game. They spent hours playing World of Warcraft, but that doesn't count because it's not enough. What? I agree, there are different types of gamer, but that doesn't make one any less real than the other. Basically, I don't like gatekeeping because why keep a fun thing to yourself when you can share it with other people who will get joy from it? Why do you not want to give other people joy? That's my big question for people who like to gatekeep. I also hate it because I have been on the receiving end of it a fair bit, once including in a game store while I was buying a game. I was buying a Lego game, and there seems to be kind of this idea around that Lego games aren't real games. I think because Lego is accessible and kid-friendly, it's not a real game, even though that's exactly what Mario was, and Tetris was, and all these other gaming classics, and Pong, was a family game on a family game system, but whatever. Anyway, this guy was like, oh, so what other games do you play? And I was like, well, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 2 and I've just finished Bayonetta. And he was like, oh, so a real gamer? Yeah, why? What? I'm here as a customer buying a video game, and you're like, you're not a real gamer until you tell me what cool games that I deem as proper games are. Things have got a lot better since my experience in the game store, but you do still occasionally have those people who are like, are you a real gamer though? When you are a woman who says that you like video games and is working in the games industry. Which brings me on to my next point. Now, one of the first questions that came into my mind when I stumbled across this quiz was, well, where did they get the picture of me? It's clearly a still frame from one of my older videos where I talk about the stereotypes about female gamers, many of the things that have been said to me and making jokes about them, but how did they come across this image? See? I don't know why I went like that, see? So, first off, what I did was search for terms that were related with the quiz. So, some of the things that I searched for, things like real gamer, fake gamer, poser gamer, like things that were directly related to the title of the quiz, and I didn't come up in any of them. What I did come up in is a search for girl gamer. Yes, if you search girl gamer on Google image search, I am one of the top results. Woo, go me! Now this is actually because someone on boingboing.net used me, a screen cap from my video, to illustrate their article blog. It's totally fair use. They do a link to my channel, they fully credit me. I'm totally fine with them using that image. The quiz and the gamer did not credit me or anything. Another thing that leads me to believe that they did just search girl gamer on Google Image is because the poser result is another of the images that comes up in that search. Now, this one being used as the image for the poser result as opposed to the real gamer result, which is the big dude from South Park who plays too much World of Warcraft, leads me to believe that the use of my image opposite an image of a room full of games, you know, real gamer, is that implying that I'm not a real gamer? 'Cause lol. I'm not saying this is the case, this is just me speculating, but a lot of people who were sending me the image were like, I think they're trying to imply that you're not a real gamer? But even with all of my Google search research, I didn't want to assume things of the gamer, so I decided to look at some of the other posts put up around that time. Let's have a look at some of my favourites. On the 8th of January, the gamer shared this post. Kids will always imagine their favourite cartoon characters all grown up. I mean, yeah, this is a thing. People do it, it's the internet, whatever. I think it's a bit weird, but hey, 29 kids cartoon characters 10 years later, in brackets, that make us drool. The thumbnail is all women and Stitch. A post on the 7th of January says, "These Dragon Ball pictures are jaw-dropping. Bulma has never looked so good," and links to the article on the gamer, Dragon Ball, 29 fan art images that will make you blush, and the thumbnail is again 2 women with big boobs. On the 6th of January, the gamer posted, "These gamer girls have some dark secrets," with a link to 25 devastating whisper confessions from gamer girls that make us question humanity. Now in the thumbnail there's a shocked Zelda face, and then also one of the confessions saying, "I send boys pics in games so they stop asking, I hate video games now." Now that should make you question dudes asking her for lots of pictures, but the caption for the actual quiz on the site is, "These shady gamer girls push the envelope with their whisper confessions." So the girls are shady, not the people kind of putting her off games. Before that, on the 4th of January, they posted, "We've never seen characters like this. Who looks better?" with a link to their article, 24 steamy fan arts of your favourite cartoon characters that go too far. Well, if they go too far, why have you pulled them all together and are pushing it on your social media? If they're too far, why are you sharing it? Oh, it's for clicks? Cool. Next one of my favourites, on the 28th of December. "Whoa, can you believe what these game-hating girls are keeping secret?" 25 shocking whisper confessions from girls who admit to being fake gamers. It's one of the images that they used for the poser thing, and also another one of a girl saying, "Real girls hate gaming, I just pretend for guys," whatever. Also, the byline for this is, "Thankfully, girls are becoming more involved with the gaming community. Unfortunately, so are fakers." Right, I've got a little bit of a problem with that. I don't care about the stats. I've not looked at whether there are more fake girl gamers out there than when I made a video on them, but in that video I said about the fact that the ones that do exist, even though they are a tiny minority of women, like tiny minority, they feed off the idea that girl gamers are rare, special, unicorn things, that they are the ones that should get the attention because, oh, I'm so different and special. The more women that we get into games and into the gaming community, the gaming industry, everywhere, that becomes less of a selling point. And I mean, like, there probably will always be the dudes that are like, "Oh yeah, you're great, oh you're so sexy," but like it doesn't matter. Like, when the vast majority of women who are enjoying video games, it's fine. Like, I don't care about people going, "Yeah, I don't like games." I don't care. I like games. It's really hard to. I can't be bothered to fully argue against that. But dear Lord. However, the final post that I'm going to share from the Facebook group, 8th of January, they posted, "These Disney kids characters are entering a whole new world." In that, like, they're growing up, whole new world. It's a pun because it's one of the songs from Aladdin. I like it, and it's linking to 30 jaw-dropping Disney fan pictures that will get the goof juice pumping. Please. Dear Lord, never ever use that phrase ever again. Just, ugh. And it's all just links to fan art of Disney women with big boobs. Like, that's all it is. It's got a whole 20 likes. However, looking through these posts, I thought, you know what, these are on their site, but the Facebook group is going to mainly be pushing the ones that are most clickbaity, most ridiculous. So, I thought I'd go on their website now and see what the top stories are right now. And one of the top ones is 20 incredible Pokemon trainers that harden our metapods. So whilst I don't want to be libelous and say that they definitely searched for Girl Gamer to get the images of me and that other woman as the poser option, the fact that most of their things about women on their site are either about how sexy they look in weird fan art or how they're fake and lying, it's not painting a good picture for them, and does concern me when they've got like over 400,000 likes on Facebook and stuff. Now, to all the people out there who were like, don't they know who you are? First off, thank you, I'm super flattered. But secondly, if I'm correct in my thinking, they just searched for a term, they took a picture, and they didn't check who it was. They didn't double check that, hey, maybe we should see if this woman that we're implying is a poser actually runs a gaming channel. My theory is that they still don't know who I am because they've not responded to anything, and that's not in a, why haven't they replied to me? That's in a, I just think they don't look at social media. They don't engage with anyone, they just post stuff and leave it. So I'm going to be looking into other ways to contact them, try and deal with this, because I don't want my face on that quiz. This is also a video just to let you know that I don't want my face on that quiz. I'm nothing to do with it. One of the things that does annoy me about this whole situation is that some people thought that I was endorsing this quiz or that I was some way involved, which I wasn't, which I really don't like. That's not me. Everyone is a gamer. If you play video games, you're like, yeah, here's my quiz on whether you're a real gamer or not. Do you play video games? Yes? Then you're a real gamer. Enjoy games. Let people play video games. I'm Ellen, icklenellierose, and I will see you in my next video where I talk about someone else stealing my face. Can people stop stealing my face? Grr. Also, thequiz.com, stop telling me to not use ad blocker on your website when I don't ever use ad blocker. Grr.